Hey, HackIllinois team. So for our project, we created a garbage classification model. And before I jump into how we did the project, I'll talk a bit about what exactly inspired the project. So one of the members of our group, Robert, is currently taking German, and he currently learned about how Germany has one of the best waste management systems in the world. They classify their garbage into 6 different categories, which are listed here: special waste, plastic and soft metal, organic and bio waste, paper and cardboard, residual waste, and then they even sort their glass into 3 more separate categories. And I think the problem with waste management systems outside of Germany, like in general, is not only that we sort them in not as many categories, such as just recycling or just residual waste, but another big problem is that the citizens ourselves, even if we did have 6 categories to sort our trash in, we're just too lazy to. Most of us are just too lazy to do that. We'll all just throw our trash into one main category, and that wastes millions of tons of reusable material each year. So a solution we devised of throughout this hackathon was, hey, what if we made a trash can where if you threw trash in it, it would automatically sort the trash for you. Like there would be a little camera in the trash can. It would take a picture and it would know to put it in a certain category. While we couldn't build the trash can during this hackathon, we worked on the software behind this trash can, and I'll be walking you through how exactly we did this. So we had 3 main parts of it: a computer vision model, a natural language processing model as a failsafe, and a web app. So for the computer vision model, we used a convolutional neural network where we had all these different categories that I found on Kaggle to be able to sort our data into, from general cardboard, glass, metal, paper, plastic, and trash. And since these data sets were too big to store in GitHub, I ended up using an S3 bucket to store all our data, and I accessed the data through there. So while I ended up having to delete the S3 bucket, if you look at the images right here, here's where we stored all our different data sets. So we looped through these, and we ended up creating a pretty strong model that can identify images. So let's say, let me look at our test data set, for example. Let's say we want to see where this lemon should be placed. So lemon.png. Our model identifies that it's a lemon with 99% accuracy. And then we also found out that the lemons belong in the brown bucket, which is the compost bucket, which is where it's supposed to belong. But then let's say our model can identify what it is, because obviously my image classifier isn't perfect. So we have a natural language processing model as a failsafe, so that our program will say, hey, we don't know what this is, but tell us what it is, and we'll be able to place it where it is. And then in the future, we'll make it so that when you tell the program what the object was, it'll remember what the object was, so that the next time you throw away a similar object, it'll automatically know what category to put it in. So that's what this method here is for, that once we have the string, we're able to use a CSV file to be able to figure out what category to put it in. And then finally, our last component was the web app itself. And unfortunately, while we were learning web app on the go, we couldn't link our backend with the front end. But we made a pretty cool 3D model here on our web app. And we still have the functionality where if you enter an object like, let's say, banana, it'll take you to a results page. Or if we go back, you can also choose an image and add it there, and then it'll also take you to a results page. So for future work, we'll definitely link our backend to the front end so that when the user types in the text, it'll actually give them what category it should be placed in. And then in addition to that, for future work, we'll make the image classification thing be able to take on more categories, like maybe utensils or other objects that are commonly disposed of. Thank you.